Good afternoon or good evening. I'm Isidoro Nieto, President of the Weslaco ISD Board of School Trustees. On March 16, 2020, Governor Greg Abbott granted a request by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton to temporarily suspend certain open meeting law requirements to the extent necessary to allow telephonic and video conference meetings in response to COVID-19. In accordance with the law, notice of this meeting of the Board of the Weslaco Independent School District has been posted online for at least 72 hours. If not, all board members are not gathering in a central physical location, there will be a quorum in attendance at this meeting by the use of video conference or telephone call. Fortunately for us, everybody is present here today. The board is utilizing Google Meets for this meeting and telephone transmission, which allows two-way communication for members of the public and for public comments. The live audio of this meeting is being broadcast online. As we would in any person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice for registering for the public comments will be called at the telephone number they have provided to speak up to 5 minutes. All other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent possible. A recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. We apologize in advance for any unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate these conditions. At this time, I will call the order and establishment of a quorum. Today is November 16, 2020, and it is 5:40. I will call this special meeting to order. I will now call the name of each board member who will acknowledge their presence by saying here or something similar. Mr. Erasmo Lopez?
Here.
Dr. Richard Rivera?
Here.
Mr. Patrick Kennedy?
Here.
Dr. Jaime Rodriguez?
Here.
Mr. Andrew Gonzalez?
Here.
Coach Armando Cuellar?
Here.
And the minutes shall reflect that I'm also present. Let the record show that a quorum of board members is in attendance. We'll go to item number 3, public comments. Dr. Canales?
I believe we do have one that's going to be through virtual. Is that correct, Mr. Martinez? It looks like we're trying to do that right now.
Hi, can everybody hear me?
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, let me read something first before I'll allow you to speak, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Pursuant to the Texas Open Meeting Act, the Board of Trustees may not deliberate on any comment made by a member of the public on a subject that is not included on the agenda posted with a notice of this meeting. As per the Texas Attorney General, the scope of board discussion for a subject not part of the meeting agenda is limited only a proposal by a board member to place a subject on a future board agenda. Specific factual information of existing policy may be furnished in response to inquiries, but the board shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. Audience participation at a board meeting is limited to the portion of the meeting designated for that purpose. At all other times during a board meeting, the audience shall not enter into discussion or debate on matters being considered by the board, unless recognized by the presiding officer. No public comment presentation shall exceed 5 minutes. Any disruptive behavior by any speaker may result in the speaker's removal from participation in the meeting. Please be mindful of using names or personal identifiable information, as there is no immunity from comments while participating in public comments. Will you state your name and your address, please?
Adrian Salazar, 941 North Sugar Road, Hayward, Texas.
All right. You will have 5 minutes to speak. Mr. Gonzalez will keep the time and we'll let you know when the 4-minute mark. You may begin.
Well, thank you guys so much for allowing me to speak. My name is Adrian Salazar, and I'm just calling to congratulate those who are being sworn in today. I know Mark de los Santos, Jesse Trevino, and Jackie Munoz. I'm just here to say congratulations and make it. God bless you guys going forward. And I know I couldn't be there in person, this virtual thing that's going on, but I just thank everyone for making this possible, and for allowing me to speak over the phone at least. Thank you guys, and God bless.
Thank you. Item number 4, Canvas trustee election returns. Approve order declaring candidates elected to trustee positions and issue certifications election. Dr. Canales.
Good evening. Board of Trustees, in your packets, you have a complete report of all election results by absentee, early, and election day voting, and also by precinct. I will announce the final tally by place. Place 1, Erasmo Mo Lopez, 6,016. Place 1, Jesse Coach Trevino, 10,785. So Mr. Trevino received the majority of the votes.
Okay.
Place 2, Mr. Marcos de los Santos, 6,004. Mrs. Paula Sanchez, 4,730. Mr. Oscar Caballero, 5,802. So for place 2, Mr. Marcos de los Santos received the majority of the votes, 6,004. Place 3, Mr. Patrick B. Kennedy, 6,717, and Ms. Jackie Munoz Sestaita, 9,854. So Mrs. Munoz received the majority of the votes.
Thank you, Dr. Canales. Do I need a motion for this, Mr. Perez?
Yes, you do.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion by Mr. Lopez and a second by Mr. Kennedy to approve the declaring the candidates elected to the trustee positions and issue certifications of election. I will call now the vote. Mr. Kennedy?
Mr.
Mr. Nieto.
Oh, okay.
So, may I?
Yes.
So we'd like to acknowledge our outgoing board members, and we do have a plaque for each one of them. And as I call your name, I guess I need to talk loud. If you'll please come up for the plaque. So Mr. Erasmo Lopez. Mr. Lopez, we know that serving a community takes a lot of energy and a great spirit and sacrifice away from family. We thank you. You served in the Board of Trustees from November 2009 to November 2020. So that's how many years? 11 years. So we thank you for your service, Mr. Lopez. This is a plaque. It says, in recognition of service to the Weslaco Independent School District as a Board of Education trustee. So thank you so much.
I hope it's okay to turn the mic this way. It feels awkward. I just want to thank everybody. I want to thank God, first of all, for 11 years of service to the school district. I want to thank administrators for making this job what it is. I mean, you guys do all the work, bring the decisions to us, and really lay it out for us pretty plain and clear what we're going to do. Dr. Canales, you've done a great job. You know, our school was in a little bit of trouble before you got here. We are in good shape right now. And I thank you for your friendship and for all you've done for this district. I can't say enough about your staff. Not only the administrator, but teachers, principals, you know, all the way down to bus drivers and people that take care of our buildings, cafeteria workers. I want to thank each and every one of them. You know, it's been a good journey for me. I have no regrets whatsoever. And I thank our attorneys that have kept us out of trouble. During my tenure here, we had there's been no trouble. You know, we've been straight, we've been strong. So I'm gonna ask for the incoming board members to voice their words and do what's best for all our kids and our staff and for the city of Weslaco. So it's in your hands, and I thank you all. And again, no regrets whatsoever. Thank you, Jesus.
Mr. Lopez, I appreciate the time that you served with Weslaco ISD. Did an excellent job during your many years. I've learned a lot from you, and best of luck in your future. And again, I appreciate all the time that you took to work with us.
Thank you.
Now for Dr. Rivera.
So to Dr. Rivera, we've honored Dr. Rivera for 53 remarkable years as an educator, not only in Weslaco, but other places in the Rio Grande Valley. So Dr. Rivera, you have served as a board member from November 2012 to November 2020. We thank you for your service. You said it brilliantly during our last meeting. The time away from family, the sacrifice of the boys and girls from Weslaco ISD have the absolute best, Dr. Rivera. So on behalf of your Weslaco ISD family, we thank you. And this is in recognition of your service to our great district as a Board of Trustees. Thank you very much, sir.
It's been a good journey, and I enjoyed my 53 years working in the district. And I think just about everyone in this district, I was either your teacher, your principal, your superintendent. Everyone hopefully I touched in a very good manner, that I leave good memories behind. I'm very proud of the 8 years that I was on the board. Thank you to the citizens who elected me. I'm proud of the 53 years that I was here. And some of those kids, I was here almost 16 years, and some of those kids that started as kinder, they went all the way through elementary, middle school, high school, and are now parents. There were many classes that I was able to be their superintendent during all of those years. There's so many students that went by our schools, and I've seen so much success. They've come back as board members. They've come back as successful people in the district and elsewhere. So I'm very, very proud of those 53 years. And again, thank you to the citizens that, because being a superintendent and being a board member is a lot different. So thank you for those 8 years for selecting me. I want to say they were enjoyable years, and I hope I was able to contribute a little bit in what we did. During my 8 years, my focus was always, I'm always saying boys and girls. That was always my focus, for them to be the best and for the staff. As Mr. Lopez mentioned, all the staff in the district, everyone was I appreciate all the work that was done. In leaving, I'm not leaving for good. I want to be around, and if I see you at HEB, wherever I see you, come out there and say hello to me. It's going to be a little different for me, not being in this environment. There's an old saying that stayed with me that I always like. Eventually, everyone has to leave. All the ones that are here eventually will leave, go somewhere else. All the staff members that were here eventually will go somewhere else. But this quote that I remember is, when you leave, and again, everyone has to leave, but when you leave, when I leave, when you leave, you leave a little bit of you wherever it was. Whether it's the auditorium here, you remember the auditorium here was not air conditioned, it were bad. So I feel that I left a little bit of me behind, whether Weslaco High School, Weslaco East, the elementaries, the aquatic center, wherever I was at, I left a little bit behind of me. But I also take something with you. I take something with me of the things that the people of this great school district community gave to me. Again, thank you very much, and don't be a stranger. Thank you.
And again, Dr. Rivera, thank you for your 53 years that you've been working with some sort of fashion with WISD. I know you have a great future ahead of you, but on behalf of our Weslaco School Board of Trustees and, of course, the rest of Weslaco ISD, thank you for everything you have done.
Thank you.
All right, we'll continue with the next one. Dr. Canales.
Mr. Kennedy. Again, thank you so much for serving as a team of 8 for everybody, our students and our staff in the school district. You know the time that it took away from family after long days of your own work to continue to help us actualize our goals and our vision and our mission. So on behalf of your Weslaco ISD family, we thank you for your service. You were with us from November 2016 to November 2020. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much. It's a great pleasure to serve with such fine men and women. Your staff is very professional. These gentlemen behind me have served as great role models and mentors in helping to lead the district into the future. Weslaco ISD is like a house, a very nice house. It wouldn't be anywhere without a firm foundation. And that foundation is the custodians who cleaned this auditorium here tonight so we could be safe. It's the security guards in the parking lot who are keeping our vehicles and our children safe throughout the day. On up to the teachers who educate our staff. That's the very role that a school district has. Finally, up to the administration and up to the board members. But it all starts at the bottom. That's where the important people are. And board members couldn't make good decisions without the strong, hard work ethic of those people. So for those people out there, I want to say thank you very much. When I look at this plaque, I'm going to think about their hard work. And so anyways, thank you very much for the opportunity to have 4 years to serve your children. I always treasure that time. Thank you.
And Mr. Kennedy, again, thank you for those 4 years, being one of the rookies here with as a board of trustees, but you made a lot of great decisions during your tenure that you were here as a board of trustees.
Thank you.
Thank you again. All right, so now we'll entertain a motion. We already have a motion already, so I'll take the vote. Mr. Kennedy?
Aye.
Mr. Lopez?
Aye.
Dr. Rivera?
Aye.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Dr. Jaime?
Aye.
And Coach Cuellar?
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 5, administer oath of office to newly elected trustees. Dr. Canales?
At this time, we'll administer the oath of office of newly elected trustees, starting with place 1. So, Mr. Trevino, Coach Jesse Trevino.
We have two mics there, one for Mr. Trevino and the other one for
Hello? Okay, there you go. Good evening. My name is Yanis. I am the sitting district judge of the 357th District Court in your neighbor county, Cameron County. There is a particular reason why I'm here. Mr. Trevino and my sister and I share one origin. Our original hometowns are from Del Rio, Texas. a good town, a small town, but it's not Weslaco. So I have the honor and the privilege when my sister asked me if I would come all the way over here and administer the oath to Mr. Trevino. I said, yes, with no doubt. I'll be there with bells on, and I am here. So before I administer the oath, I'd like to say just some brief words about everything that's been said here today by outgoing board members and those who have taken the responsibility of leading this school districts across the state, leading them in such a way that in the end the endeavor is fulfilled, that it's in the best interest of your children, of the children that we entrust them day in and day out for their education, for their safety, and for their moral upbringing. So we should be thankful for that, because public service, whether it's at the school district or a city commission or a county commission, has two very important components. Number one, the first component is your legal obligation to that position. Number two, it's your civic responsibility to that position. And number three, I would add, it's your moral compass that is at play here, because you are entrusted, you are fiduciaries of the public at large, of the school district at large, of the parents at large, of the children at large, the ones that you serve, and which endeavor at the end is the only thing, the only bouncing ball you should keep your eyes on. Having said that, it is my honor and my privilege to come and administer the oath to Jesus Trevino. Are you ready, sir?
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand. State your name, sir.
Jesse Trevino.
Mr. Trevino, do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Weslaco Independent School District School Board Trustee, Place 1 of the state of Texas, and will, to the best of your ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and the laws of the United States and of this state? So help you God, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
Mr. Trevino, if you want to say a few words to the public, you can right there.
Yes, okay. First of all, I want to thank everybody for this, for making this possible. The community of Weslaco came out, voted us in, and you know, we have a big responsibility here. I got here to Weslaco 7 years ago, and at that time, you know, I think Weslaco used to set the example. People used to look at Weslaco as a pace setter. And, you know, here for the last few years, I think we've been having to look at other districts for answers. And that's going to be our responsibility as a new board member, to make sure that we start setting the pace again. So thank you, everybody, and thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Trevino, you may sit over here after you sign. All right, we'll continue with place 2. Dr. Canales?
For place 2, we'd like to ask Mr. De Los Santos.
me. I state your name.
Marcos de los Santos,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
execute the duties of the office
execute the duties of the office
of Weslaco ISD School Board Trustee, Place 2,
of Weslaco ISD School Board Trustee, Place 2
of the state of Texas,
of the state of Texas,
and will,
and will,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
preserve,
preserve,
protect,
protect,
and defend
and defend
the Constitution
the Constitution
and laws
and laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, they could- That's Jesse's. I've got
Good
mine.
evening, everyone. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all my family, friends, and everyone in the community that went out and entrusted this position with me. They went out and voted. They supported during the campaign. There was a lot of discussion, a lot of good information, and like I said, there was a reason that all this transpired because there was change that was wanted by the community. So I just want to thank every single person that was involved in this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And like I said, I will not let you down. And I look to participate on this board and work in a positive and collaborative way with everyone so we can keep moving the district forward. Thank you.
All right, we'll continue with place 3. Dr. Canales?
I'd like to call up to the stage Mrs. Jacqueline Munoz-Daita.
I'd like to invite Father Francisco, the father from our parish, to come up here and say a prayer for us before we begin.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And now I'm going to invite you to do a prayer. Please stand. Loving and gracious God, you are indeed a giver of all good gifts, and we thank you today for your blessings, for the installation of the new members of the board of the school, Jackie Sustaita, Jesse Treviño, and Marco de los Santos. Also, for the successful outcomes of our schools and for all our staff and members, both the teaching and support members. We ask that you bless them abundantly and they continue to see your wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Be with them in their deliberations and help them to be wise in the decision they will make for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in our leadership. Give them insight to lead with integrity, that the decision may reflect what is right and good. Keep them from short-sightedness. Help them to make decisions that are for the good of all and guard them for blind self-interest. Dear Lord, grant them the humility to always seek your will and all that they do and say. All glory be to you, loving God, now and always, to Christ and the Holy Spirit, forever and ever. Amen. Thank you.
I was told that I could have my family up here, so if my husband and children can join me to take the oath, because they are a part of me, so come on up here. It's a big crowd, I know, so it's going to take a while.
Okay. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, do you, Jacqueline Munoz-Ustaita, solemnly swear that you will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Weslaco ISD School Board Trustee Place Number 3 of the state of Texas, and will to the best of your ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state, so help you God?
I do. As Jesse and Mark, I'll hire us up a little bit, have said, thank you so much to each and every single one of you who are here joining us and took a little bit of time out of your busy day to be here in the ceremony with us. I really appreciate it. I wish nothing but the best for the previous board members, and we're just going to pick up where they left off and continue to make Weslaco successful. And like Dr. Rivera said, he leaves a little piece of himself behind and carries something with him. That's exactly what I plan to do as well. So thank you very much, and you guys have a blessed evening. Thank you.
First of all, congratulations to all three of you for representing, now you're going to be representing Weslaco. And just a reminder that as board members, we're here to serve our constituents, of course, our students and our staff. And just a reminder that it takes 8 of us to work together with Dr. Canales, all 7 of us and Dr. Canales. And I know that we will continue to, like you all said, we'll continue to improve Weslaco ISD. And thank you again for being part of the School Board of Trustees. All right, now I will continue with, I will now consider nominations for board president.
I'll nominate Coach Armando Cuellar for board president.
I'll second that.
All right, we have Coach Cuellar has been nominated for the position of board president. The chair asks if the nominee if they consent to the nomination. Coach Cuellar?
Yes.
All right. If, are any other nominations for board president? All right. I will consider a motion now to name Coach Cuellar as the board president. Motion was by Mr. Gonzalez, correct?
Yes, sir.
Second by Dr. Jaime?
Yes, sir.
To name Coach Cuellar as the board president. All those in favor, please say aye when I call your name, or say no if you're opposed. Mrs. Ustaita?
Aye.
Dr. Jaime?
Aye.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Aye.
Mr. De Los Santos?
Aye.
Mr. Treviño?
Aye.
Motion passes. Coach Cuellar, congratulations.
I want to thank each and every one of you for your trust and support in this nomination. And there's someone that I know is very proud to see that I've been appointed this position, my father. And I'll do my very best to honor his legacy and to represent each and every one of you to the best of my ability, and to work diligently as a board together to deal with the challenges that we have ahead of us, to keep Weslaco ISD as the best school district in the state of Texas, and to always keep each of our employees and all our children first and foremost, and always take into account their safety. So thank you again, and I will do my very best to represent this position. Now, I will now consider nominations for Vice President.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Jaime Rodriguez.
Dr. Jaime Rodriguez has been nominated for the position of Vice President. Do you consent to this nomination, Dr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir.
Are there any more nominations? Then I declare the nominations closed, and I will, see, I want to make sure I don't mess this one up. Consider a motion for Dr. Jaime Rodriguez as Vice President.
I make a motion to make Dr. Jaime Rodriguez vice president.
Second.
Okay. I have a motion by Mr. Andrew Gonzalez. Who's second?
Second right here.
Easy.
Okay, thank you. All those in favor signify by saying aye when I call your name, and say no if you are opposed. Now, let's start with Ms. Jackie Susaita?
Aye.
Andrew Gonzalez?
Aye.
Michael Santos? Jesse?
Aye.
And I.
And motion carries. You are now the Vice President. Do you have any word for?
Thank you, Coach. Yes, to my fellow board members, trustees, thank you for that vote of confidence. I too, like Coach said, and welcome the opportunity to continue working with our new board here. I know we all come from different walks of life, but I know we all have one thing in common, and it's to make and continue to make our district the best district it can be. And thank you again for the opportunity, and I look forward to working with y'all. Thank you.
I will now consider nominations for secretary.
I nominate Jesse Trevino.
Okay, Jackie Sustaita. Mr. Jesse Trevino. Mr. Jesse Trevino has been nominated for the position of secretary. Do you consent to this nomination?
Yes.
I will now ask for any more nominations. Then I declare the nominations closed, and we proceed with consider a motion for Coach Jesse Trevino.
So move.
Second.
Mr. Nieto and Mr. Gonzalez, second. All those in favor signify by saying aye when I call your name, or no if you oppose. Ms. Jackie Susaita?
Aye.
Mr. Hyman?
Aye.
Mr. Andrew?
Aye.
Aye.
Marcos? Mr.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Coach Jesse Trevino, you are now the secretary.
Thank you very much. Fellow board members, I just want to thank you for the opportunity, and we'll definitely do a diligent job in always keeping the kids in the community at best. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have the item 7 on the agenda, which is the adjournment.
So moved.
We have Mr. Gonzalez, so moved. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. We have a motion by Mr. Gonzalez and a second by Dr. Rodriguez. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Ms. Jackie?
Aye.
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 I think
Aye.
everybody's good to
And
go.
aye.
Thank you. It is now, the time is 6:22. We are adjourned.